complements ancient cultural wonders, the fragrance of jasmine in the air and bustling bazaars. This city is overflowing with activities from dusk to dawn. This city never sleeps. Welcome to Madurai. This is also the food capital of Tamil Nadu. I am already salivating with anticipation and waiting to discover a palette of brand new flavors. Behind me is the beautiful Meenakshi temple, and this is where my journey begins into Madurai. So let's go.
VINEET is at the Meenakshi temple, which is considered an architectural marvel. The temple complex is spread over 65,000 square meters and has an astonishing structure known as the Hall of 1,000 Pillars.
Meenakshi temple is one of the best examples of the power of human devotion and patience. This temple was started over 3,000 years ago and only finished in the 17th century. This temple is also one of the most beautiful and one of the largest temple complexes anywhere in the world.
Shops selling items of worship, including utensils and fabric, as well as local delicacies, surround the temple complex.
This market is so beautiful. I've been to markets around the world, I've been to bazaars, I've been to souks, I've been to shops, but nothing compares to this. Just one word, absolutely stunning. Interestingly, just a few yards outside the temple, they have these shops selling with lovely utensils for their food. They've got a panyara mold, they've got a mortar and pestle here, they've got a coconut grater, they've got this idiyappam makers, anything one would need for a pet puja. What is that? Vada? Vada. Give me vada, no? Is that vada? Give me one vada. 5 rupees. My pet puja has begun.
After gaining some spiritual enlightenment and getting a taste of the city's famous street fair, VINEET is ready to dive into the culinary delights of Madurai.
I've got my divine blessings, and hopefully that will help me find my local guide in the city. My local guide is actually a food guide. Honestly, a real food guide who loves to take people around in the city of Madurai and try the various food. And Madurai has a lot of it to offer. So now it's time for my favorite puja, Pet Puja. Gosh, how will I find this guy?
VINEET! Hi, VINEET!
Kandan!
Hi!
How are you?
Welcome to Madurai.
Thank you. So good to see you.
VINEET's guide Mukundhan has translated his passion for food into a viable business model. He's a part of Foodies Day Out, a food walk organized by him and his friends in Madurai.
So what is there in this drink?
Jigar Danda is just layers of rich creamy milk with flavors of sarsaparilla, which is actually extracts from the nannari roots. And it has some exclusive flavors from an ice cream which is totally hand churned. And all the milk that goes into making a Jigar Danda comes from an exclusive dairy farm near Madurai.
This drink has a very interesting name. It's called Jigar Thanda. which in the north means jigar means heart and thanda means cold. So it's cold-hearted. Is it the same meaning here in Madurai?
Here, Jil Jil Jigar Danda means just chill, chill, chill.
Chill, chill, chill. How nice is that?
Yeah.
But listen, tell me, what do you have planned for me today?
I have some really exciting dishes for you, especially flavors of chettinad.
Wow.
And some really signature dishes that are truly authentic just to Madurai.
I can't wait to
Just
start
finish
and go
this
here.
up.
Let's go. I can't wait to start.
Something cold, something sweet. How can Vineet not try something spicy while in Madurai? After a divine start to his journey in Madurai, Vineet cooled down with the Jigar Thanda and is continuing his culinary excursion through the city with his guide Mukundhan. Mukundhan has brought Vineet to Kumar Mess to sample chettinad favorites. Will Vineet learn some tricks of the trade, which he can then give his own twist to?
Some of the best chettinad food is served in messes here in Madurai. The purpose of mess was to serve home-cooked meals to the huge floating population that came into Madurai. And Kumar Mess is particularly very famous because of it's set in a chettinad style house.
Chettinad food, which is the cuisine of the Chettiar community, is known for its use of a variety of exotic spices and its aroma.
Ah,
pomfret.
How nice. Look at the pomfret. Look at the size. It is so nice.
Mutton balls.
It's like a kofta.
Country chicken.
Country chicken.
Yes.
From your country?
Yes, our India.
It's called natakoli.
Not a koli.
Natakoli.
They are not broiler chickens.
Okay.
They are reared in the farms.
Like a desi murgi.
Yes.
Which is the firm chicken, the hard one. That's the best way because all the flavors go. This is what I want to try. This is what I've been longing to try.
First we start with the curry and rice. Then we go with the rasam.
You drink it or you mix it with rice?
Mix it with the rice.
Okay, let's have a go. So, while you are in Madurai, be like how they eat. So you start with the curry and the rice. Let's have a go. My first bite of chicken chettinad in the place where it began,
Yes.
isn't it?
Yes. The meat is hand churned and it is ground together.
Oh.
And that meatball is, dumped into oil pan.
Deep fried.
And fried.
Absolutely beautiful. Nice and crispy on the outside, warm. But the center is like makhan, it's like butter.
Yeah.
It just melts. Look at that. Very nice.
Yes.
But this, what is that a dosa or is that a pancake? What is that?
That Vineet is a crab omelette.
Like an egg omelette.
Yes.
Crab omelette. That's the first time. Yeah, you can smell the crab.
Yeah. And it is a very unique dish which is served here at Kumar Mess.
Beautiful. Actually get to taste the crab meat with that.
Yes.
Taste the coriander in there, you can taste the chili in that. Very, very nice. I've loved the rasam and I've loved the chicken. And I want to do a dish which combines rasam and chicken. Will it work? What do you guys think? The mess culture in Madurai evolved to feed the thousands of pilgrims and traders who came to the city. And the messes actually served them home-style, simple cooked food. I'm going to do a chicken rasam podi and serve them with an idiyappam, or an idiyappam with a twist and a sauce made out of rasam. So to start off, first thing, I'm going to show you how to make a rasam podi. Podi means a powder. Now each household has their own way of making a powder. For the north, it's like a garam masala, but the basic one is this way. There are a few things you have to add for the podi or for the masala, and the predominant flavor in that is coriander, cumin seeds, black peppercorn, red chili, lightly crush it, tur dal, dried curry leaves. Just going to lightly toast these. Never cook a spice on a very high heat because that will actually burn the spices. So at every small interval, try and move the pan off the heat, toss the spice around, cool the pan slightly and bring it back to the heat. I'm going to transfer this to a spice grinder. Let's have some fun. I don't want to make it into a very fine powder. I want it to be slightly coarse, nice and heady, very pungent, but absolutely beautiful. Now to marinate the chicken. I've got a chicken breast here. Just slide the sharp end of your knife along the chicken breast and make it like a pocket. I'm going to add a little salt to keep it into a bowl. I'm going to put in a rasam podi masala or the rasam garam masala as a North Indian would call it. A little garlic paste, ginger paste, and I'm going to put in some dried curry leaves. I'm going to lightly crush it. Some oil. Just make sure you rub the ginger garlic paste, the curry leaf powder, the rasam podi masala all onto the chicken, and this will be then kept for a good 20 minutes to marinate.
Inspired by the spicy food at the mess, VINEET is creating a fiery rasam masala chicken paired with idiyappams. After sampling authentic Chettinad food, VINEET was inspired to create some gourmet magic in the kitchen.
And now to make something very, very classic, very, very South Indian, is an idiyappam. Idiyappam or string hoppers are made out of rice flour. I am going to use my rice flour and I'm going to enrich that with a special paste. And this paste is the puree of curry leaves and coriander. And I'm going to make my idiyappams which are green in color. But first, a little salt. Now in the idiyappam, in the mixture, you always add warm water. Never hot and never cold. Always has to be just about warm. Just mix it very, very lightly. And into this, I'm going to add the green paste. It will not just give it color, but will also give it a very nice curry leaf and coriander flavor. Do not forget that rice flour absorbs a lot of water, but you do not need a very dry dough. Just make sure that there are no lumps in the dough. Shape it into a big ball and keep it aside. And I'm going to get my steamer ready. For a steamer, I have an idli maker. I've got 2 of the idli molds here, which I've lightly greased with a little butter. To shape the idiyappams, we have to get an idiyappam maker or an idiyappam press. It's a screw-type apparatus where you turn it around, the spindle goes down, and at the base of it, with a very, very fine mesh. This is from where the rice noodles fall straight onto the mold, and then they are steamed. And that is how you get the shape of the strings. I'm now going to add the dough. Press your mold from top. As the spindle moves down, it becomes firm. Also, do not forget that these will tend to stick. So try and club them all together as individual pieces. I'm going to slide these into the stand and I'm going to steam them. I've already put some water in this. This will steam for a good 8 minutes. And while that steams, I am going to make the sauce which is made out of rasam. Now rasam is basically a soup, but I'm going to make a sauce out of it. A little oil. My steamer is all set. First things, mustard seeds, little bit of garlic, a little ginger. I'm going to make it a bit spicy, so I'm going to add 1 red chili, also a little green chili, some curry leaves, and my tomatoes. To break it down. Tomatoes are almost dried out. I'm going to add a little salt, a generous amount of rasam podi powder, and I've got some tamarind pulp here to give it the extra sourness. Stir it all together. While my idiyappam is getting steamed up and getting ready, I'm going to now start cooking the chicken. I'm not going to put any extra oil because there's enough oil in this marinade. And if you remember, I split the chicken slightly. And I'm going to put the chicken slit side down. And in goes the chicken. The idiyappams are done. I'm going to switch the gas off and let that rest for a few minutes. And while the chicken is being cooked, I'm going to make the filling for the chicken pocket. For that, I've got some roasted cashew nuts. In this, I'm going to add a little bit of chopped onion. I've got these dried curry leaves, which I'm going to crush. A little bit of rasam podi powder. I'm going to mix it all together. This on its own to have as a snack is great. You can use peanuts, you can use almonds, a little salt. Now I'm going to flip it over and cook the second side. The idea to split the chicken was so it cooks very evenly. Also it forms a pocket for me to do the filling. Any leftover marinade, I'm going to baste it onto the chicken, and that will give a much deeper flavor. It's very important that you make your chicken stand in the pan. You know, literally stand in the pan, because on one side it is quite thick and you want that side to cook through also. And at this stage, I'm going to fill the pocket with the cashew nut chaat. I'm going to switch off the heat. I'm going to let the chicken rest in the pan. Well, let's have a look at our idiyappams. Oh, voila, look at that. The string hoppers or idiyappams are cooked through. And now for the best part. The part which I really enjoy doing is to put the food together. Chicken is cooked through. For the final garnish, I've made the beautiful idiyappams. The plain ones which are deep fried made them very crispy. These are going to go as a garnish at the very end.